The internet is a dangerous place, and if you are not careful, you will believe that a man who has spent the last 3 years building bridges across the Niger has suddenly decided to burn them all down in one reckless sentence. We need to talk about the headline that has been flying around social media like a wildfire in the Harmattan season. You might have seen it on YouTube, you might have seen it on WhatsApp, screaming that Peter Obi, the Labour Party leader and the man who wants to be president in 2027, has allegedly called Nigerian Muslims beggars and claimed that begging is part of Islamic culture. When I first saw this headline, I paused. I said to myself, is this the same Peter Obi who was just in Kano breaking fast? Is this the same man who has been preaching unity? So I did what any responsible newscaster would do. I didn't just read the headline, I went digging. I scoured the internet. I checked the transcripts of his recent speeches in December 2025. I watched the videos from his recent tours. And I am here today, Friday, December 12, 2025, to give you the full, unvarnished truth about what is actually going on. Because what we are witnessing right now is not just a gaffe, it is a calculated attempt to weaponize religion as we inch closer to the 2027 general elections. We are broadcasting this special report to debunk, analyze and understand the beggar narrative that is being pushed against the former Anambra governor. The headline alleges that during a recent economic forum, Obi denigrated the Islamic faith by associating it with mendicancy, begging. But if you look at the facts, if you look at the records from 2025, the story falls apart faster than a house built on sand. Let's look at what Peter Obi actually said in recent weeks. On December 9th, 2025, just 3 days ago, Obi released a powerful statement. Was he talking about begging? No. He was lamenting the endless tragedy of insecurity in our country. He spoke about the killings in Adamawa, in Anambra, and in Sokoto. He didn't divide the victims by religion. He didn't say Christian victims or Muslim victims. He spoke about Nigerian lives. He said, we are confronted with the painful daily reality that insecurity continues to threaten the very soul of our nation. Does that sound like a man who is trying to insult a major religious group? So where did this beggar story come from? To understand this, you have to understand Peter Obi's core economic message, which he has been repeating like a broken record since 2023, moving Nigeria from consumption to production. In several speeches this year, Obi has argued that poverty in the north, and indeed across Nigeria, is not a cultural issue but an economic failure. He has consistently argued that the youth in the north, including the Almajiri, should not be on the streets but in schools and factories. Now here's how the dark arts of political propaganda work. You take a statement where a leader says, we must take our children off the streets and stop them from begging for alms by giving them skills, and you twist it. You cut the video, you remove the context, and suddenly, we need to fix the economy so people don't have to beg becomes, he said begging is your culture. It is a wicked twist, but it is effective because it plays on deep-seated emotions and religious sensitivities. We saw the same playbook used during Ramadan earlier this year. Remember in March 2025, Peter Obi was in Kano, he was in Auka, he was visiting mosques, spoon-feeding children and breaking fast with the Muslim community. He donated bags of rice, cartons of noodles and cash for mosque renovations. At that time, his critics said he was faking it for votes. Now that the election season is heating up again, the narrative has shifted from he is faking love to he actually hates you. You have to ask yourself, why now? Why in December 2025, when the political alliances for 2027 are being formed, is this specific poison being injected into the media space? The answer lies in the threat Peter Obi poses to the established order. The new Nigeria movement is not dead. Despite the challenges of the last 2 years, the Labour Party leader has remained a potent voice of opposition. He has refused to go away. By attacking his relationship with the Muslim community, his opponents are trying to sever the growing bond between him and the northern youth who are tired of the status quo. They know that if Obi can unite the angry youths of the south with the frustrated youths of the north, the game is over. So they must build a wall of religious division. They must make the northern voter believe that Obi looks down on them. But let's look at the defense. The Muslim community in Anambra State has consistently come out to defend Obi. During his time as governor, and even now in 2025, they have testified that he sponsored hundreds to Mecca. They testified that he rebuilt their mosques when they were destroyed during crises. A man who sponsors you to Hajj is not a man who thinks your religion is about begging. These are facts that are often drowned out by the noise of Twitter bots and sponsored YouTube headlines. I want to touch on the Islamic culture part of that fake headline. Islam, as a religion, emphasizes dignity. The concept of zakat or charity is about empowering the poor, not keeping them in a state of perpetual begging. Any scholar will tell you that. For a man as well-read as Peter Obi, a man who quotes statistics from China to Bangladesh, to make such a theological insult is highly unlikely. It's out of character. Obi deals in numbers, in GBP, in per capita income. He does not deal in theological insults. The danger of this kind of fake news is that it travels fast. As we speak, there are people in remote villages who may not have access to fact-checking tools who are hearing this lie and getting angry. This is why we do what we do. We are here to set the record straight. We are here to tell you that unless you see a video of the man saying those exact words, unedited, unscripted, you must treat such headlines with the skepticism they deserve. Let's also talk about the broader context of poverty in 2025. The World Bank has projected that poverty will increase if we don't change course. We are seeing more people on the streets, not because of culture, but because of inflation, because of the cost of fuel, because of the cost of food. When Obi talks about this, he is attacking the governance that created the poverty, not the people suffering from it. There's a huge difference between saying your culture makes you poor and your government has failed you. Obi's message has always been the latter. This brings us to the reaction from the north. Has there been mass outrage from northern leaders? Have the emirs spoken? No. The silence from the credible leadership of the north suggests that they know this is fake news. If a prominent politician actually insulted Islam, the streets of Kano and Kaduna will be boiling by now. The fact that this is mostly living on social media and clickbait blogs tells you it is a manufactured crisis. In fact, just recently, Adamu Garba, a prominent APC chieftain, warned his party that they must strategize against Obi or risk defeat in 2027. This admission that Obi remains a formidable threat explains the desperation of these smear campaigns. If he was irrelevant, nobody would bother lying about him. The fact that they are lying proves he is still in the game. So what should you do when you see headlines like this? You need to pause. You need to ask for the source. You need to watch the full video. In the age of AI and deepfakes, seeing is no longer believing. You have to verify. We're entering a season where character assassination will be the main weapon of politics. They will try to paint the saints as sinners and the sinners as saints. I want to challenge you, the viewer. Do you think Peter Obi, a man who is desperately seeking votes from the north, would be foolish enough to insult the very people he needs? Does it make political sense, or does it smell like a setup? We also have to look at the Almajiri reform conversation. It's a sensitive topic. Many northern governors themselves have banned street begging. They have repatriated Almajiri. When a northern governor says, "Stop begging," it is seen as reform. When a southern politician says, "Let's educate these children so they don't beg," it is twisted into an insult. We must be mature enough to separate genuine policy debate from religious bigotry. As we wrap up this fact check, remember that the unity of this country depends on us. Refusing to be manipulated, we must refuse to hate each other based on lies. Whether you are Christian or Muslim, Southerner or Northerner, the price of rice is the same in the market. The cost of failure is shared by all of us. Don't let politicians divide you to rule you. I really want to hear your thoughts on this. Did you believe the headline when you first saw it? And do you think these kinds of attacks on Obi will increase as we get closer to 2027? Drop your comments below. Let's have a respectful conversation. And listen, if you value this kind of truth-telling, if you want a channel that doesn't just feed you rage, but gives you clarity, you need to smash that like button right now. It helps the truth spread faster than the lies. Subscribe to the channel, turn on that notification bell, and join the family. We don't just read the news here, we understand it. Stay wise, stay united, and don't let them play you.